Am I gonna play Last of Us Definitive Edition? That's a good question. I don't fucking know. Rebuilt for PS5. I don't think so. Dude, I've had so much of The Last of Us. I don't know if playing it again is worth it.
More than 2 years ago, when we were finishing Last of Us Part 2, and we were working on those flashbacks within that scene for the first game, we got excited.
It's
with the
impressive
idea of,
to
like, oh
see
man,
the
what if we made
changes, though.
Last of Us Part 1 to look as good, if not better, than what we have done with Last of Us Part 2, which we really pushed the boundaries of like what we could do from gameplay and a graphical standpoint, and felt like if we do that, we could actually come even closer to our original vision of what the first game would have been had we not been constrained by technology.
I mean, I fully think it's insane, like, what they've done to change it.
Creative vision of The Last of Us,
but I'm not going to replay it.
Was larger than what the PlayStation 3 was capable of.
The tech of the PS5, it's like an open box of tools and goodies that we can play from and draw from. The 4K, HDR, improved haptics, 60 frames, help us to reimagine The Last of Us. It gave us opportunities to rebuild our characters at the highest fidelity. Not only are the characters more detailed, I mean down to the irises and the pupil depth. You know, you fall into the eyes of the characters. Aside from that, the facial animation is just way more believable. Like all the nuances, all the little subtle reactions, glances,
like
glares,
it is pretty
right?
fucking
Like,
crazy.
all of it, almost closer to sort of the original performances.
It makes
So
me
no
feel
matter what you
fucking
stick to-
old in a way. It's like, dude, I literally played this game on launch, and now they're enhancing the living shit out of it, you know? Like, that's cool. But I feel like I played this game, and there was so much fucking talk about The Last of Us. I feel like I played it again, listening and seeing all the constant footage, the PS4 Pro, and then the PS, whatever the fuck. I felt like they re-released this like 5 times. Like, the story is easily digestible, and it's like, playing it again, I don't think so. I don't think it would hit as hard as the first time you played it.
We are able now to
Same with Uncharted. Playing Uncharted once is enough. You don't play Uncharted again.
not
One
only
and
just
done.
have the highest fidelity characters in the cutscene, but also in gameplay. It's the same character, so now we can do these seamless transitions in and out. Every part of the game has benefited from seamless transitions and emotional scripting.
Pretty good, huh?
Our stories happen in gameplay, on a stick.
She knew my mom.
All this stuff is designed to keep you constantly in this world.
Riley, come here. Now you got this, go.
One of the things that the PlayStation 5 is really enabling is that we're able to have a density of physics objects in a scene that we could never do before. Like, this has always been the dream, is to have this number of bumpables, chippables, breakables, destructible objects in a scene. It just makes the world feel rich, makes it feel lived in.
Like, if you've never played The Last of
Materials
Us,
kind of have the properties that you'd expect. The turret truck in Pittsburgh, when it's
cool.
firing at you and it's just ripping apart the concrete and sending objects flying left and right.
Seeing things break, like there's fear, there's a real fear.
this seems more like a dev's, like, their passion project. Like, this is kind of like they've been working on other shit while it's like, oh, well, let's pick up on what we've made and enhance what we already have perfected and update it to our current shit. You know, it's kind of just like, hey, let's just work on it and then release it while we're working on our main projects.
that it invokes.
And it's giving us a much more dynamic range of gameplay to play with.
I would be surprised if anyone who already played the game
Our
would buy
AI
this
tech
again.
has just increased incredibly. What we were building the basis off of was The Last of Us Part 2's AI. And it has sophisticated systems for things like the fundamental knowledge
And I don't mean that in
model
a
of how
talking
these
shit way.
NPCs perceive and understand what the player is much more sophisticated.
Now how the enemies are communicating with each other, how they're chasing you, how they're flanking you, how intense that fight feels. It's so much more rewarding coming out of it from the other side.
Like, Last of Us isn't an Uncharted. Naughty Dog games don't feel like they're fun, replayable games. Whereas, like, I'm drawing a blank on what feels replayable right now, but they're good games. They're great games. I love playing them, but I would never want to play them again. And that doesn't mean the game's bad. It's just that the story and the gameplay is a very one-and-done style.
Get out!
Yeah, like, okay, I know, like, good.
Is the buddies. The buddies technology that we
Yeah,
developed
yeah,
for Last
like
of Us
Dark
Part 2 has
Souls-
this very sophisticated understanding of like, okay, this is where the enemies can see their exposure. We not only have exposure, we have future exposure. So buddies can know, okay, that enemy is walking forward and they're about to round this corner. So in 3 seconds, that corner is going to be exposed. So I'd better move now to avoid this enemy seeing me. This really lets the buddies make very complex decisions and maintain that feeling of stealth much more believably. Another big enhancement to the gameplay is that we have this technology called motion matching. Motion matching is this technology that's basically using logic that tries to match the desired movement to a bucket of hundreds of animations. A mocapped actor has gone in and run this whole gauntlet of movements to get a really full set of all the different ways a person can move. And then it's basically every frame trying to find the best matching animation that fits the path of where the character is going to go. And this motion model just gives this really seamless sense of transition. The player's movement is just a lot cleaner. It's this really smooth, organic movement through the space.
First, we just had to build that core experience. And then beyond that, we wanted to add several features that fans have been asking for. For example, we now have a permadeath mode.
Oh, God.
Along that, we've added a brand new speedrun mode, so players can time themselves. There's a whole community of gamers that just want to see how fast they can play through this game.
What's
Beyond
the
that, we
speed?
added
What's the
a bunch
speedrun
more,
world record for a fucking
unlockables.
Last of Us?
So there's all these different outfits for Ellie and Joel that people can unlock. A model viewer mode,
do they,
so people can really appreciate the details.
Do they
We added
speedrun it at
award-winning
SGDQ?
accessibility features.
Every single accessibility option that we offer, that's a barrier removed for someone.
As she surveys the apartment, her eyes wander to Joel. She steps past the couch. He wears the wristwatch Sarah gifted him, which now has a cracked face.
To my knowledge, this is the first PlayStation game that has audio description built into the game, built into the cinematics.
Now it's nighttime. Joel stirs in his sleep.
And that's really the way we've tried to push the frontier of accessibility on this game.
So much of the identity of The Last of Us is the world.
We revamped completely the art direction. You know, everything from these expansive vistas that not only are they beautiful, but you feel the environments. You feel the environments in a much
Yeah,
more
milking
visceral way.
it
The rooftops
to an
overlooking
extent.
the Capitol building, for example, like just the breath of fresh air when you go up there and you just like, you feel that sort of release in tension. And then, you know, to juxtapose that down in the tunnels in Wilds, and you get that dank, flooded tunnel feel, that humidity, you can actually feel it. All these environments are just completely reimagined.
Now we got our engine on the PS5. those
I don't think
haptics,
this
the
is like
3D
a
audio, the fast
potato
loading. It really creates a much more immersive
rebuild
because of that much more emotional experience.
One of the things I absolutely love with the 3D audio in The Last of Us Part 1 is being able to hear an enemy before they sneak up on you. And trying to do a stalker fight
Like, what
with
they
the 3D
have
audio is
enhanced
just so much
does
fun.
seem pretty
You're
fucking
hearing
solid.
them skitter around in a different room, and you're hearing them trying to get it behind you.
Like all the new tech
Having
and all
that
the updated
two-part
tech they
reaction
added.
of, like hearing, turning, seeing, reacting, it just really heightens that sense of just being grounded. You are in this character, you are in this world.
How much is this, by the way?
Now,
Is this
with the
$60
PlayStation
on
5,
PC?
The amount of control that developers have over the DualSense.
Wait, it's
really
70?
Really cool. All the guns in the game
What
have a
the
variable amount of
fuck?
resistance on the triggers when you aim
Really?
them. The way it works with the bow is that at the very beginning, when they're starting to draw the bow, there's a little bit of resistance. And then as the bow gets tauter and tauter, the amount of resistance is increasing. And then when you release the bow, you're also getting that resistance going out of the trigger. When you are aiming and firing the shotgun, you're going to get a haptic vibration on the shot. And then what I think is one of the ways that the DualSense really advances things is you're going to get a haptic vibration on the pump of the shotgun. And what's much more sophisticated about that on the DualSense is that in effect has a little like speaker.
$70 rumble.
And it's playing an audio file that comes through in the vibrations. And those two beats is what you're going to feel on the controller.
This looks like a good spot.
Honestly,
This also
they should have
ties
made this a
in to
$40.
the new workbench animations. So if you're seeing Joel taking apart a gun or screwing something in or putting a new stock on a
$40, it's
gun,
like, okay.
that moment where he's like jamming that on, you're gonna get that haptic feedback on that. We have, you know, haptics. all across the
$70
board
for a
all the moments you
2000.
kind of
When did
expect
Last of Us
for
come out?
clambering,
2001?
Jumping, landing, meleeing, getting meleeed, like all those kind of high intensity moments we have represented in the haptics.
2013. I don't know why I thought 2001.
What I personally absolutely adore is the way we can enhance the really like quiet, subtle moments of gameplay. So it's like when Joel goes in to pet the giraffe, getting that little light touch on
whatever.
the
How much was Resident Evil? Like Resident Evil was an insane upgrade though. Was it $60? Like Resident Evil 2? It's fucking $15 now. 2019. This was like an insane... Oh, I fucking love this playthrough. This was so fun. Oh, this was so good. Holy shit, this was 3 years ago? Oh my god. Get the fuck out of here. I feel like I played this last year. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. That's insane. 3 years? Like, this was a massive upgrade, you know? Was this $60 when this came out? Do you guys remember? But, like, this remake was fucking insane. Like, it's like, the enhancement is ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're dressing it up for PC as well, but that's kind of surprising. I think they're kind of like, you know, Last of Us, you can't deny, was an insane fucking IP. Whatever. You know what? Let the fucking people buy it so it makes their multiplayer game potentially better. That's how I see it. I'll be surprised who buys it. The only people it makes sense who are going to purchase that are going to be the people who have never played Last of Us and are like diehard PC players who are going to want to play it when it drops on PC. Those are the only people I see playing it. But whatever. Personally, I don't really care. I'm good on The Last of Us. I'm like Last of Us out. But not on the multiplayer. Because I have a feeling they could, if they go all out with this multiplayer, it could be amazing. Just because I want to see how Naughty Dog expands. Using Naughty Dog's fucking tech, you can't deny. Fuck the story, alright? Fucking Abby, whatever the fuck. Who gives a shit? You can't deny that the fucking tech in Naughty Dog and the talent is insane. It's so fucking good. So if they can apply that shit to a wicked good survival multiplayer game, I will fucking take that shit in a heartbeat. Take the story out of the fucking equation. No one gives a shit what you fucking think, alright? You cut down to the fucking nitty gritty, the feel. I believe. I believe that they can go crazy with this shit. I hope they go all out. Oh yeah, The Last of Us TV show. Yeah, I don't really care. I don't know, man. I don't need a Last of Us TV show. Like I said, the game was like a perfect packaged story, the first one. Like, now it's kind of just like exhausting. If you've never played the game, I guess for sure. Like, you already know the gist of The Last of Us. There's fucking zombies. how they get to everything, you know, the little girl, fucking, you got Ellie, you got Joe, you know. It was great. But, like, this is just like, okay, now it's going to be in a show format. I don't know. Whatever, though, whatever. It's for people who don't play games, and it is definitely a good story that will make sense adapted to TV. But personally, I don't know. I'm like Last of Us out. I don't need any more of the story. Bro, the day before, yeah, that's the thing. Like, the day before is currently the biggest question, the most wish-listed game on Steam, and now one of the biggest fucking question marks with how the devs are going about some questionable things, and then fucking delaying the game, which isn't surprising. But imagine, this is like what I'm envisioning, but what if Naughty Dog did what they're trying to do here? With the fucking budget and the talent over at Naughty Dog, not so compared to these type of devs, but the systems these devs have in this game are fucking sick, and that's why this is the most wishlisted game on Steam. So, like, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do, but what if they actually, you know, what if this, but like Naughty Dogified, and it was this style? DayZ and a Naughty Dog engine? I don't know, man. But, you know, they would never do DayZ's formula where you load into a server and then, like, you die and lose your character. That is not something a AAA company would take on. That's something you need an indie dev to do. That's, like, too much risk on the player. No one's gonna do that shit. People want you to have a persistent, consistent character. So if they did do something like this, you would have a consistent character that you would load into. You wouldn't just get fucking shot by fucking XX, big boy XX, and then fucking need a restart. Like, no. You need, that's not gonna happen. No AAA fucking dev is doing that. Unless they, the other thing is they could do a permadeath mode. Yeah, if they do a permadeath mode, it would be sick, but I don't know. Gotham Knights official Batgirl trailer. I forgot, Gotham Knights is the... okay, wait, never mind. Gotham Knights is the one with Nightwing.
If there's one thing I've learned about Gotham City...
I still don't know who I'm playing in this game.
People need symbols. Something to believe in.
I haven't found a character that I'm totally resonating with. I did say Robin, but
Protecting people runs in my veins.
These trailers are so different from the raw gameplay.
That's who I am. That's who I'll always be. Gotham has called, and I have answered.
You can swap to any of them? Yeah, but I'd rather have a main. I'd rather just stick with one. I wouldn't like level every single one. I don't like when games make you...
Pre-order now and get the 233 custom Cat Cycle skin.
Yeah, I don't like when games make you play all the different characters. I never liked that shit about Destiny either. Even though it's a different comparison, I just never liked that shit. No thank you, buddy. No thank you. Are you gonna use the cross-band feature? I don't fucking know, man. Sure. I got my own fucking ban button, bro. I don't need a cross ban, I guess.